Right, this year, the 2014 Western Australian Startup Award winner is Rawsome.
Oh, what a surreal moment. Can't get my paper open. Right. It's been surreal. Oh, thank you. It's been a surreal moment all day. In fact, I was just saying to some of my team members that I had 2 showers today because I forgot when I got in for the second one that I'd already had one today. And I'm not even joking. I don't know how I couldn't eat my breakfast, couldn't figure out how to get the spoon to my mouth. It's been ridiculous, and it's really because I know that this is a moment and an opportunity that is such a privilege that I feel really privileged to be here in a room of exceptional people. I'm going to try to stick to a script because who knows where the mind's going to go. So here we go. It's an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here this evening with WA finalists, and I'm so thrilled. I can't even believe it. Even when I was writing the acceptance speech, didn't even feel real. Thrilled to accept this award on behalf of the Rawsome team. I'd love to tell you a little bit about Rawsome. Rawsome manufactures and wholesales sweet treats that are gluten-free, grain-free, dairy-free, egg-free, soy-free, refined sugar-free. Most of them are vegan, all but 2, and they're paleo-friendly. So the next question, of course, everyone asks is, what on earth do they taste like? Well, in fact, they're decadent, they're delicious, and they're amazing. So, we employ 16 staff, and we're based out in North Fremantle. We have a kitchen out there. We manufacture everything there, we store everything there, and then we distribute out of there in our own little refrigerated van, which I'm very excited about. How did it all begin? Well, this is my story. I was diagnosed with celiac disease, which is an allergy to gluten. And when I first was diagnosed, it was really tough. I have an Italian heritage. My mum, who's here tonight, is still grieving. She'll say she's not, she is. And I was on the search for some gluten-free treats that would make me feel like I wasn't missing out. And what I found was I grew more and more increasingly disappointed with the options that were available. They were either replacing the gluten with loads of sugar or they were replacing them with dangerous additives. And I didn't want to feed my body these things. So I started to create my own versions of these conventional treats. I would get inspiration at 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of the time I was trying to mimic conventional treats. So if I felt like a caramel slice, I'd try to make a version that I could eat, and which today is known as the caramel slice, and it's our bestseller. And what I found is that people around me, people that have a conventional palate, that have a conventional diet, were all saying that they were really enjoying them and encouraging me to go into business. Business is never anything that I've ever even considered. But it seemed intuitive, because surely there'd be people like me out there, right? So it made sense that if I started small, I could test the market and see if maybe there were people like me. So I had a little market stall out in Palmyra Markets, and I went out there every Sunday morning. I had a 4 days a week job as an EA, and on Fridays and Saturdays I went into a commercial kitchen and I created these treats that I sold on Sunday morning. The opening day, we sold out by 9:30 in the morning. It was 42 degrees. Our treats were melting, people lining up and around the corner, and couldn't get enough of it. And I thought, oh, it's opening week fluke, surely, it's luck. So let's do it again next week. And next week was the same, and the week after was the same, and people were coming from Mandurah and Joondalup and Bunbury to buy the treats. So I realised I tapped into a niche market, and I realised it was something that people wanted, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to get the accessibility that I wanted from this small market stall. So I reassessed the business model and went into what we now do, which is wholesale and manufacturing and distributing to retail outlets. Made sense there. The mission has always been accessibility, because what I really desire is to have healthy treats that people like me and even people that don't have intolerances can enjoy. You want to be looking at the ingredients list and you want to be able to understand what you're eating. Almonds, we know what that is. Coconut oil, sure, we get that. You don't want to be reading ingredients on the back of an ingredients list, you don't know what it is, and you certainly don't want to be feeding it into your body. And more people are growing aware of this. So my mission and philosophy for the business is to change this, and it's working. Now, the journey and adventure started with me, but I certainly didn't get here on my own. I am surrounded and blessed with creative, talented, inspiring, innovative, loving and nurturing people. In the early days, my husband Joe and my daughter Zoe kept my head above water. They loved and nurtured me, they fed me, they washed the dishes, they kept me company as I was working in the kitchen till 2 a.m. in the morning, many times. They made sacrifices and they supported me unconditionally. I've always had a really clear vision for Rawsome, a lot like Brad, very clear vision for Rawsome. But there were times when I was fatigued and tired and mentally fatigued that light got dim, and they were always there to shine a heavy-duty spotlight on it and show me where I was going. When the business grew to a point where I needed help, my sister Anna and my mum came to my rescue. That was a hoot. What a blast we had. I can tell you stories about that. I dropped a 20-litre coconut oil bucket on myself one day. My mum's in the sink with my dress, immediately ripping it off me, washing it in the sink, as mums do. Loads of fun. But we've come a long way from there. So we kept growing, and over time we've developed a team of fun-loving, caring, passionate and really incredibly talented individuals who all share Rawsome's vision and philosophy. Rawsome's manager, Chris Pasquale, who's here tonight, is a young man. He's young and he's passionate and he's ambitious and he's driven, and he brings a dynamic energy to Rawsome, driving us to be the best in our industry, with the focus on the latest cloud technology and innovative procedures. We have team leaders and supervisors, Maria, Julia and Stacey, who they work so hard and they treat the business, and I think this is the difference, they treat the business like it's their own. They are supported by a team of hilariously good, fun women. We have so much fun in the kitchen. They have so much raw love to give, they have so much vibrancy, and they have so much, as Brad said, passion. It makes going to work every day an absolute pleasure. Every day I feel how they care about me and how they care for the business. On the road, we have a delivery driver, Tanya. She's our face. She's amazing. I can throw any challenge at her. Nothing is too hard. She's one of a kind. There are a few wonderful men who I'd like to make special mention to. They're here tonight. Dean Franks of Australian Franchising Systems. He is Rawsome's Business Development Manager. He is a breath of fresh air, always bringing cutting-edge ideas to the table, always with a fresh, valuable perspective, and always so generous. Ian O'Toole, I really didn't want to share this one tonight because he is a genius, and I kind of thought if I have to share him, I have to share him with you all. But Ian O'Toole, he is our graphic designer. If you've seen our brand around, it is outstanding. He designed our brand. He's responsible for the beautiful, eye-catching Rawsome brand, and he's responsible for the raw, so me concept, which a lot of people don't understand. So the Rawsome is a raw, so me concept. There it is. Took me a little while too. Took me a few months. He's captured every essence of the business, and without doubt, the Rawsome brand has played a significant role in the success of our business. So thank you, Ian. Graham Batt, of the admin manager, he's a good friend and mentor. We all have those mentors that bring us through. He has always given me time to listen. He's given me advice, and he's gently led me in the right path. There's so many people to thank and acknowledge. Rawsome would like to extend an absolute heartfelt thank to, of course, our stockists, our customers, and the community for supporting us, for believing in our vision, and for so positively reinforcing our journey with kind words and encouragement. It has been non-stop from the very beginning. And last but not least, I'd like to take this opportunity to, of course, thank Telstra. It is a pleasure to return to the kitchen tomorrow with this award of recognition of the collective effort and hard work of those mentioned tonight. What an incredible privilege it has been being a part of this awards program. So here's the funny part. I had this joke with my family when we were nominated that I would say, "You know who I am, don't you?" Being a little bit cocky around the family. There were dishes to wash. You know who I am, don't you? Then we were shortlisted, so I rubbed it in a little more. Then we were finalists. All right, so I really, really lapped it up. But really, I am no one. I am just someone that had a dream, I had a passion, and I had a need. I was hungry, and so were so many other people. And from that, I've been able to build a beautiful business with beautiful people, and I hope it has a long way to go. Thanks for having me.